Some of us are called to travel, to reach for the horizon, to endure endless nights of beating winds and rolling swell. And you might ask, why? Why sacrifice our home comforts? Why go through the pain? Traveling the world by sailboat not only teaches us to move slowly, but it gives us a greater appreciation for the weird and wonderful things we discover along the way. We've sailed our home Indioko to this tiny speck of coral and sand in the middle of the world's largest ocean. We're excited to see what it has in store for us, both above and below the water. But even in our wildest dreams, we would never have expected this. We're in Rotoava at the moment, which is this tiny little village in the middle of the South Pacific, and we are going to go exploring today. We're going to head to shore and just see what we can find.
In the background here, you might be able to make it out. A tall ship suddenly turned off, three-masted tall ship. And I was sitting in the cockpit as it came from the pass where we'd anchored before and did the dive. And it was so weird just watching this pirate ship coming in through an atoll in the middle of the Pacific. And I just kind of wondered, I wonder if that is actually historically accurate. It's nice to see it. Anyway, it's very, very picturesque. Hoopla!
We got ridiculed for this the other day because I think we might be the only boat that has a cover for the tiller handle of our outboard. But Ian got bored one day and said, "Oh, isn't it such a pain when you've been out in the dinghy and you come back and you burn your hand on the rubber?" And I had a spare bit of umbrella. So now, yeah, we're one of those boats, I'm afraid.
I'm a sensitive soul. I need looking after and mollycoddling.
You need the lifestyle that you've grown accustomed to.
Exactly.
It's quite a treat being somewhere where there's a village because it means that there's a bin where we can actually dump our trash. And there's also recycling here, which is very, very unusual in these parts of the world.
So the plan is that there is one bike company just here at the dinghy docks. We're hoping that they still have bikes at this time of day. I think they might. Reason being, they are significantly cheaper than anywhere else we can rent bikes. I think it's about $10 a day to rent a bike here, versus if you go to one of the other stores, people who rent bikes, and they will do it for, I think, $10 for an hour or something ridiculous. So we're really hoping that this guy's bikes don't just have flat tires and rust and fall apart while we have them, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, we're in luck. They have two bikes, different sizes, different colors. They don't have any gears, so they're a little bit tricky to cycle when you get started. But I suppose there's no hills, so we should be okay. And bonus, we started so late in the day that they only charged us like a half rate, and we can just return them anytime later today. So
it's really nice.
Yeah,
so
score. Right, off we go.
Okay, admittedly, one slight oversight. These bikes, they're very good, but they don't have brakes. So if we want to stop at anything along the way, we're going to have to decide that quite far in advance and just sort of peter out our speed and probably burn out our flip-flops a little bit. Kind of like back in the day when you had to skateboard and no brakes and you just kind of put it on the back wheel to slow you down.
Go ahead, because I can see a pothole and I want to go behind you.
Woo!
So there's not much here because we are just so remote, but the whole village is decorated really brightly with all of these pole floats everywhere. Maybe we should get some spare ones and paint them up and put them around our mast or something to join in.
So if there's one thing I'm finding really funny, is the fact that this island has like 30 cars on it. They still made bike lanes. There are bike lanes on both sides of this road all the way around this motu, or as far as this road goes anyway. And it's really hard to stick to them because it just feels like the whole road is empty the entire time. So you may as well just use the whole road, right? We're trying to be responsible. What's also nice is every person we meet waves and says hello, which it sounds silly, but weirdly in the built-up places like Tahiti, that doesn't happen so much. Whereas here, you kind of feel like you're getting to know everybody. It's really friendly. Okay, I just have to throw this in there because it's making me chuckle. One of our patrons and very good friends, Graham, is a fanatic cycler. So I'm going to say...
I think the word is cyclist, but you're sharing your knowledge there.
Yeah,
cycler?
He's a cycler, isn't he? And he does things with pedals and saddles and fancy bikes and everything's carbon fiber and Strava and stuff. And, you know, this is for you. I'm going to give you a bike review. A highly advanced carbon stainless steel frame.
I don't think mine is stainless. It's very rusty.
Oh no, the handlebars are definitely another story. They are mainly rust. So they were steel of some description, or maybe it's iron. Maybe it's pig iron into the shape of a bike. The tires have a suitable off-roading deflated nature. So I've definitely got, I think I have about a centimetre before the rim hits the tarmac, and that changes on the bumps. Braking, obviously the most advanced gear-based braking system. No disc brakes or anything like that.
It is quite good because you've discovered that you just sort of stop pedalling and that brakes it slightly.
You pedal backwards, yeah. So you put your feet backward, it kind of stops quite suddenly. And then you hope it works forward again. It does good, yeah. What else can we say then? They come with a very fetching basket.
The basket is my favourite thing.
It's about the only thing to like.
I'm going to collect pretty things and put them in my basket today.
Okay, so Bryony's having a better day than I am.
Whee!
Thanks, Graham. A little bit of a snag. Yeah, we just pulled up here and we're next to the airport, which is this big building behind us, very pretty. There is a jet sitting on the tarmac, but on like the apron, not on the runway. And there's a sign here and a barrier, but the sign says that the road is regulated and we're not supposed to go through if the barrier is down, but the barrier is up. So
I can see a cyclist coming the other way up here, and unless they're being chased by a policeman, I think that means the route is open and we should go.
It is always easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. So yeah, I think we're going to try it. This episode could end up with us going to prison again. Not again. Well, we didn't go to prison the first time, but we are on their watch list. So wish us luck.
We've got no brakes, we're unstoppable!
All right, this is weird. We are basically running alongside the runway with no security. There's no barriers. Obviously, if there was a plane coming in, I guess they would have shut the barrier at the start of the track a lot earlier, but this isn't very normal. I suppose it indicates just how many flights they get. There is actually, funny enough, there's one airport in Scotland that we went to many years ago out on the Outer Hebrides, which is a bunch of islands way off the coast. And there, the runway is actually just the beach. So they actually have very polite signs just saying, please don't go on the beach because we have aircraft that will land on you. I wonder if there's something like that written in French somewhere that says, just please use the dirt track because that nice tarmac track is used by just very, very heavy jets. I think we'll probably go to the end of the track, or the end of the runway at least, see what's there and then probably find some food.
Well, we reached the end of the runway and the path suddenly gets a lot stonier and rockier and wobblier. So I want to go for a paddle because we can. I mean, look at this watercolour.
So good, isn't it? And our survey says...
I wouldn't say it's the nicest beach, but the sea is always good.
Quite often I talk about finding places that feel like Indiana Jones. Surely when you cycle through a forest and dirt track and then a Aztec pyramid appears in the middle of an island in the middle of the Pacific.
Yeah, where are we in the world?
I think there's a crystal skull inside.
much information available about this, but I know 2 facts, and that will have to do. And other than that, we're going to make up what we know about this.
We have to stretch it because we'll try and do a whole lap. So, 5 facts. And you have to pick which 2 are true.
Oh, there we go.
There you
No,
go.
wait, I'm not prepared. Panic! So this is technically a lighthouse. It was built I think about 100 years ago out of coral and rock and stuff.
As a dove sanctuary.
Maybe. I think maybe not the architect, but the project manager was a woman. And yes, it is no longer used as a lighthouse because we live in modern day times and there are other things
You don't need lights.
guide people. Apparently so. The only other thing I know about it is that
She was from ancient Mexico.
Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia, yeah, there you go. Ancient Mesopotamia, that was the architect.
It is still quite close to the airport. And so there's rumour that they might actually knock it down because it causes an obstruction and it's sort of within the protected airport zone. So maybe we're the last people on Earth who are ever going to see this lighthouse before it gets destroyed and lost forever from history.
How many facts is that?
Well, which were the true ones?
If we're up to 5, that's great. If we're not, then
Yeah,
we
throw
are
another
the
one in.
last people in history to see this standing.
So you better enjoy it.
I mean, we're going to have to try, right?
I feel like if someone's going to put a ladder there, it's an invitation.
Should we be worried that the metal has actually rusted through in the ladder quite a lot of spots?
Do it.
We'll test it, but it's quite scary. It's rusted out so much the bottom isn't touching the ground anymore. I'm not totally sold on this being a good idea.
Yeah, maybe not. If you can step up onto the wall, you could just try and jump onto the next wall.
I'm not dead yet. Oh, it doesn't feel sensible.
You're almost there.
Where's the nearest medical centre?
I'll put you in my basket and ride you into town.
It suddenly seems like a very long way up, I'll be honest. The ladder is not attached. Here's where the ladder is supposed to be attached. And it has rusted through. I mean, the problem is when you shoot from over there, it doesn't look like I got very high.
Well, that's why I came to shoot over here. Look.
Zoom in. Wow, we're seriously high. If I do this, oh no, it's so far up.
Whoa.
Actually, so far down, yeah.
Oh well, did you like the view while you were up there?
I can see our boat from here.
Wow!
Oh man, I really want to go to the top.
You can see if the drone would fly.
Ooh, that's a safer way to do things. Let's try and fly a drone in a restricted airspace next to a runway.
And if not, you can just throw the camera over the top of it and get a shot that way.
I did look into that. I think we could probably build some kind of fins for flying. Someone was saying we should build a dolphin cam with some what do we call it there? Like wings, basically, to fly under the boat. And I thought, well, if we're going to do that, you may as well make one that could fly above the boat. We're not quite there yet, though.
Is it going to let you fly?
I don't think so.
Well, if you can hop on a flight to Tahiti and then get another little connecting flight out here to Fakarava and then come and renovate this into like a little Airbnb thing. There's a room at the top, I think, and that would be a pretty cool place to stay. You probably do need to replace the ladder, but yeah, business opportunity for whoever's ready for it. Come all the way to the end of the road and it seems to be like a really posh beach resort, so they might not let riffraff like us in, but we're going to see if we can get a drink. Ta-da! Un Coca-Cola et un produit ananas, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, this works.
Does feel posh though, doesn't it?
It's a bit posh. I feel like I'm in a
They've
tree.
raked the sand. This is like proper postcard French Polynesia, isn't it? Like picnic bench in the shallows.
Clearing the fish away as we try and take our seat.
Oh, it's really slippy when you stand on the concrete. Ah! I nearly went headfirst into the sea.
It's a bit of an ice rink.
Yeah. Kind of spilled it.
This must be posh by now.
Sorry. It's not going to show up on camera very much, but you can actually see the pyramid, the lighthouse where we cycled this morning. And it's like all the way over in the distance, the other side of the pirate ship.
You were just covering because you thought you saw a shark a second ago. It turns out it's a snorkeler.
Yeah, that wasn't quite so successful. Pretty good though. Shark just pulled up around your toes, isn't it?
Could happen. You nearly got a little catfish behind it at the moment. So.
Oh yeah, look.
Hiding in the shade.
Actually a shark right behind you.
Little,
It's going over here.
oh yeah, no shark.
Splash and then it might come closer. There we go. Come back here,
buddy.
come back here.
Just cruising, looking for lunch.
I did see a shark.
Okay, I believe you now. I'm waiting to see if he comes back around though. Or do you think he does like a, is it like Disney World? Is he on a rotation?
Yeah.
Gotta do this visit so he'll come back around in about an hour.
He's paid to go visit the tourists.
That's
Give
it.
them the shark experience.
Yeah. It's just a bell at each end of the beach and then they have some crabs. Off you go. I think this is probably the best way we could wrap up a day of cycling miles to ancient lighthouses built by the Aztecs.
Yeah, we did it the right way around. Come here at the end when you're like all stinky and tired.
I know, and then try and walk through a very high-end resort and be like, please don't smell me. It's
They
fine.
haven't thrown us out yet.
Well, they put us out here. Everyone else is enjoying the beach. You guys just literally cast away. We've been cast away.
Go as far away as possible from other people.
Are we downwind? We're so bad at this.
I'm so sorry. We have tried to film this shark and it's done like a flyby 3 times. And
This is like, you know, when you're watching it, like David Attenborough or
how is this like
No,
when you watch David
it's
Attenborough?
proving how talented you have to be because they're all like sitting there for 3 weeks in these mud huts covered in snow going, hey, let me see the Arctic fox. We're like, whoa, blur, shark. Was that a shark? I think it was. Like,
We were just chatting and then it literally swam like I could have touched it.
2
I could have
inches,
stroked
3
it.
inches from your foot.
Didn't notice it till it had almost gone past us. And then by the time the camera turns on and then you focus it, it's gone. Sorry, it was there.
There was a smudge.
Come back!
Oh, it did.